Welcome to the January 29th press conference. I'm Noah Simpson, head girls basketball coach here at Liberty High School. We're coming off of a tough loss last night. We lost 52-44 to St. Joe Central. St. Joe Central is 13-3 right now and 3-0 in conference. It puts us at 15-3 and 2-1 in conference. So we have a little bit of ground to make up. Good thing is we get to play them again. We get to play them at their place. We've played them twice now, once in a tournament championship at Liberty North where we won by 8. Very good team. We also dropped a very close game last Saturday in the tournament championship at Truman. We lost to the host school, Truman, by 3, really on kind of a last-second shot. Made a really good play. Kind of stole one from us there, but we had a chance to play them coming up this Monday. So a lot of opportunities for redemption. I'll open it up for any questions you guys may have.
Good morning, Coach Simpson.
Good morning.
So my first question is obviously from the players, and the last time you played, you lost. But who do you think comes out the most and just brings like the happiness back to the team, like your most valuable player?
Really, I think it's kind of a collective effort. I think that we've got a great group of seniors. The 6 of them have worked really hard to be where they're at. So I think that it kind of starts there, but it also starts with the coaching staff. You know, we've just kind of got to get things back on the right track and make sure that the kids know that we have all the confidence in the world in them to go out and succeed. They've done a tremendous job. I mean, in the last 2 years, we're 42-7. So they've done some really, really good things. And sometimes when you lose, it kind of magnifies situations, and it really doesn't have to. I think it's an opportunity for growth and an opportunity for all of us to kind of learn from and bounce back, and that's why we can't wait to go out and play on Monday. I think it's going to be really good for us.
So coming off of that loss last night, what areas are you looking to change your strategy in?
The first half I felt like we played pretty slow. Second half we played pretty up tempo. It's probably mainly on me. We didn't go into a full court press until the second half, and we were already down 9. We probably should have opened the game that way. We should have opened the game, at a faster pace. We kind of let St. Joe Central dictate the pace of the game. They do a good job of running their offense, and if it's not there, they just kind of hold the ball and stall out and wait until something opens up. And so we should have applied a little bit more pressure, and I think that's what we'll do, Monday. But I think we'll do it, from the opening tip.
What specific things are you going to do to beat Truman on Monday?
I think one of the biggest things we talked about last night in the locker room is we just need to hit some shots. When we played them last time, we got a lot of good looks. They just didn't fall. And that's going to happen. I mean, sometimes you just go out and you have a bad shooting night. I think we only scored 38 points in that game, and that's not very that's just really not how we play. I mean, we hadn't scored in the 30s all year. So I think that doing that, but I think a lot of that also comes with kind of that speed and tempo. We play really well when we play fast. We struggle a little bit when we slow it down and we try to work for certain shots and certain things. So I think if we can go out and play a faster tempo, those shots will come a little bit easier because we shoot a little bit more in transition, a little bit more comfortable. So I think that's going to be our biggest mindset going into Monday.
Thus far into the season, what are some things that you think the girls have really improved on since the beginning and some things that they still need to be working on?
I think our defense has been consistently good, and I think it's actually, even gotten better. I think there's some individual defensive things, as in matchup-wise, when we play a certain player, kind of understanding how to guard that certain player, that we still need to work on, but we're getting better at. And I think the last couple games gave us that opportunity. Truman's got a really good guard that's left-handed, so we need to adjust on how we guard her. St. Joe Central has they have a 6'3" post player that's really good inside. We need to do a better job of forcing her to make some moves she's not comfortable with. But, it's all a learning process, and I feel like the kids are doing a lot better with that. Offensively, we've been much better. The last couple games don't really show that. But prior to that, we were scoring 50s, 60s, 70s, and, in the 80s. So I feel like our offense is starting to come together. Again, part of that's pace of play and when we play fast.
Even though you did lose your last game, what are some things that your players did really good on?
Last night it felt like, especially in the second half, our sharing the ball, our looking for that next pass. We preach next pass a lot, which is that, yeah, I may be open, but if I throw it one more time, that kid's going to be wide open. And we did a really good job of that in the second half. We also did a really good job of communicating in the second half and getting after it defensively. So again, their fight, their effort, their intensity, their desire to win, especially after halftime, was tremendous. Yeah, I just felt like we just started slow yesterday. It was hard to kind of get energy going, but I felt like after halftime we just kind of dug deep and found that. So I was really proud of that effort.
As the season has progressed, what looks to be your biggest competition?
Right now I think our biggest competition is kind of the grind of the season. The thing about basketball is you start early November, usually 1st or 2nd, and then it goes, if you have a really good run, it goes till mid-March. That's a really long time to stay focused and to continue that kind of fire to win and fire to compete and fire to practice. So I think that the grind of the season's kind of our biggest competition right now, but I feel like we'll get past that. Every team goes through that. Every team kind of has their own ways of managing that and dealing with that. And I think this team, they've come together really well in the last week, and I think that they'll come together even more and be able to kind of fight through the grind of that season. After that, it's kind of getting into districts and understanding that every game is kind of your last shot, because if you slip up in districts or you slip up in sectionals or quarterfinals, it's over. And for 6 seniors, we don't want to see that happen. They've worked so hard over 4 years to get to where they're at and to be successful. We want to make sure we extend the season as long as possible.
So with your new teammates, you get new players and then your old players leave. How has this team this year differed from last year or the previous past teams? I feel like in the last 4 years, prior to this year, so 3 years before this, we had 2 to 3 seniors each year. So your turnover ratio wasn't too big. You would lose 2 or 3, but you had 6 or 7 that had played together and been there. This group, we have 6 seniors, so the bulk of our team from last year is coming back. So I think that that's really helped us transition into having such a good year. It's transitioned into us being 15-3 and understanding each other and how to play well together. If you ask me that question in a year, it'll be totally different when we lose 6 seniors and we're totally kind of bringing new people in and really work with things. But these kids just do a good job of being great teammates and working with each other and staying positive and doing some really good things for our program.
What are some things you're looking forward to for the rest of the season?
Really just looking forward to getting back after it, at practice. And, we still have a lot of conference season left. We still have 7 games. We won conference last year, so that's still a big goal of ours, is to win it again, and it's still attainable. 1 loss doesn't knock you out of the conference race. It just means you have a little bit of ground to make up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing kind of how February plays out and going into districts and seeing if we can make a deep run to the state tournament. All right, I think that concludes our press conference for January 29th. Thank you all for being so wonderful, and have a great Friday.